I'm going to prepare while we are at our homes. I hope that you are continuing to work hard for examinations, and we would like to contribute more to it by trying to reach out to you while you are at your homes. We, the teachers, are at their homes. Okay, so this video session is about a poem written by Leslie Norris. This is for class 10th CBSE board. The name of the poem is A Tiger in the Zoo. This poem is basically about a comparison between the activities and the feelings of a tiger when it is in the free state in a forest and when it is caged in a zoo. First, I would like to read out the poem. I hope that you have got the poem with you. If not, I will be adding the link in the below description. You will be able to access that poem in a PDF form in that link. So here it is. A Tiger in the Zoo by Leslie Norris. He stalks in the vivid, he stalks in his vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on pads of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. He should be lurking in the shadows, sliding through the long grass, near the water hole where plump deer pass. He should be snarling around houses at the jungle's edge, baring his white fangs, his claws, terrorizing the village. But he's locked in a concrete cell, his strength behind bars, stalking the length of his cage, ignoring visitors. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling of cars, and stares with brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Very touchy poem, doing a comparison, making a comparison of the feelings and activities of a free tiger and a caged one. Now we will go move on with the stanza wise line by line description of the poem so that you get a better understanding of what the poem is about and what is the deeper meaning. Okay, before we start with the line by line explanation, I would like you to pause the video and think of what it would be like if you are caged. Make a comparison in your mind when you are caged and when you are free. So this will be a better way of understanding the feelings of the tiger, which has been captured and put into the cage for the view of the public, for the view of the humans, you may say. Humans are one of a kind. They have captured, they have intruded the privacy, the freedom of every creature, every creature. So here we go. He stalks in the vivid stripes, the few steps of his cage, on paths of velvet quiet, in his quiet rage. Okay. He stalks in his vivid stripes. What does vivid mean? Vivid means vivid, VIVID. Vivid means brilliant, bright. When you see something that is bright and attractive, you see vivid. When you look at a tiger carefully, it has got yellow background and black stripes brilliantly cover the whole body. So this is vividness, this is beauty, this is natural beauty. And the few steps of his cage, the surroundings which he is allowed to tread on, the area on which he is allowed to walk is very limited. Only the few steps of his cage on paths of velvet quiet. You must have seen the paws of a tiger, at least the paws of a cat. You must feel that it is soft and velvety. When it walks, when a cat walks, when a tiger walks, it does not make any sound. That enables it to be quiet, to be calm and peaceful, and at the same time dangerous. when it hunts. But now this walk is silent. On the pads of velvet, the few steps of his cage, it's quiet rage. Now he is allowed only to walk inside the cage. It is limited. The last line of this stanza says, in his quiet rage. The tiger is enraged, it is angry that the animal which was allowed, which was free to move about everywhere, now it is caged. But he cannot express that rage. He cannot express that anger. That anger has been suppressed in the cage. Not only his physical body is caged, but also his hope is caged. Now his anger is also caged. It is limited. This is the power of captivity. When a person or an animal is captured, he loses all hope. He does not express anything in his quiet rage. Now, let us read out the second stanza. Before moving on to the second stanza, I would like you to pause the video, move back, and replay the video if you do not understand, if you did not understand it. Okay? Okay, I'll move on to the next stanza. He should be lurking in the shadow. He should be lurking in the shadow. Now we are talking about the tiger which should have been free. When this tiger would have been free, what it would have done? He should be lurking in the shadows. He should be hiding in the shadows, sliding through the long grass. Have you seen the fields at the side of a village? Take for example, there is a village at the side of a forest. The lion lives in the forest. At the edge of the forest, there is long grass covering the edge. And just next to that, there is a village. This tiger should be hiding in the shadows. This should be lurking in the shadows for in search of prey, sliding through the long grass. When a tiger moves, it does not seem that it is walking. It moves as if it is sliding. Sliding like plane or a bird. It floats in the grass. Near the water hole, near the water hole where plump deer pass. A tiger, when it is hungry, when it is out to hunt, it chooses a spot near the water hole where water is available and different kinds of animals, or even humans come to drink or take water for their needs. And the tiger waits there. The tiger waits there to pounce on them. Pounce, Pounce, pounce. It is a good word. Pounce on them. He should be lurking in the shadow, sliding through grass near the water hole where the plump deer pass. Where the plump deer pass. What does plump mean? Plump means, yes, plump means fat, chubby. A plump deer. The deer is juicy. It is full of flesh that is tasty for the tiger. Imagine yourself to be a tiger and a deer, a chubby deer, a fat deer is in front of you. How delicious, how tasty it would feel to pierce your fangs, to pierce your teeth into the raw flesh of that animal, the warm flesh of that animal. I'm just giving you the perspective of a tiger. Okay? Okay. Moving on to this third stanza. He should be snarling around houses. He should be growling around houses at night. At night, when everybody is asleep, the tiger moves out to hunt, to search for prey. In search of its prey, it moves around. He should be snarling around its houses. He should be growling around houses. At the jungle's edge, baring its white fangs, baring its white. When it opens its mouth to show its teeth, the teeth look like fangs. You know what are fangs? The canines, the long teeth that you've got, the canines. Those are fangs. If you see the picture of a tiger in movies or YouTube, you will see that they have got long canine teeth. Just beside the incisors, those are fangs. Snakes have fangs. All the dogs have got fangs. Check out your pet. Okay. His claws. His claws. Okay, one thing I missed out before. Bearing his white fangs, his claws. So the word his has a deeper meaning. The poet wants to personify the tiger. The poet wants us to realize that the tiger is also important as a human being. And this the poet does by personifying the tiger, by calling him his, terrorizing the village. When the tiger lurks around the houses, growls around the houses, terrorizing the village at the jungle edge, bearing its white fangs and its claws. How terrorizing and majestic at the same time it would seem. Have you seen National Geographic? I bet you have seen. Everybody has seen National Geographic, and you have seen tigers on a hunt. How beautiful it is to watch on a television, but how terrorizing it is when a tiger would come in front of you. But everybody gathers around the tiger in a zoo. They shout, they howl at the tiger, they make fun of it, they call it, they try to grab their attention. But would you do that when the tiger would have been free? No. At that time, the tiger is the boss. At that time, the tiger is the boss. This is the most appropriate contrast of situations I could have given you. When a tiger is free, he's the boss. When it is a zoo, you are the boss and the tiger is just a puppet. Look at the comparison. Okay. Moving on to the next step. But he's locked down in his concrete cell. But he is locked in a concrete cell. The cell is hard. It is not soft as the warm grass, the soft grass available in the open jungle. He has to sit and walk on the concrete, the hard surface of the cell, the cage. His strength behind bars. His strength is behind bars. His strength is not in comparison. His strength is not in comparison with the strong bars of the cage. And he has got only one option to do: watch those bars. Stalking the length of his cage. Stalking the length of his cage. What does stalking mean? Stalking, Stalking, Stalking. Stalking means giving a long gaze, a long look, watching emotionlessly, maybe without any aim, because it has got nothing else to see. The tiger does not have anything else to see. It has just got the uh, bars as the first thing to view. Even if the tiger wants to see outside the cage, the first thing he will see will be the bars. I can see only the bars now. I guess you can see only the pen now. Imagine wanted to if you wanted to see me clearly without any obstruction, and this pen is obstructing your view, you will not be able to see me clearly. Okay, so this is the practical example. Okay, last stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. This is the last stanza. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars, and stares with his brilliant eyes at the brilliant stars. Both the stars are brilliant, and his eyes has got the same glitter, that same glimmer, twinkle as the stars, the same brightness as the stars. But the stars have the whole sky to roam about. But the tiger's eyes do not have that freedom. Do not have that freedom. They do not have the ability to watch anything more. Okay. He hears the last voice at night, the patrolling cars. Think of it. Think of it. Would a tiger hear the sound of patrolling cars, the horns of the police cars patrolling at night in a jungle? No, right? They will hear the call of a deer. They will try to hear, they will try to hear for the signs of a helpless animal than an innocent animal moving around at night, and it would be in search of opportunity to pounce on them, to attack them, to make them their feast, their food. But here the tiger is hopeless. The tiger knows that it does not have any option to move about. It will be served the ready-made food given to him by the zookeeper. And it does not have anything else to hear. So he gazes at the stars, the brilliant stars, as brilliant, as bright as his own eyes. And he does not have anything else to see. One more thing. In the jungle, the tiger has the liberty to hunt whenever it wants, whenever it eats, whenever it sleeps. But in a zoo, it does not have the liberty to hunt. It has to eat regularly, in a routinely manner, the food given by the zookeeper whenever the zookeeper remembers or decides to give the food. And in the jungle, the tiger has the option, the liberty to move about anywhere. In the cage, in the zoo's cage, it does not have the option to move about anywhere, but only has a limited space of walking in a cage. So this was the explanation of the poem, and I hope you enjoyed the poem. If somebody wants to make a synopsis, a summary of the poem, you will be able to gather much information from this poem. And thank you guys for your attention. Stay safe, keep studying. Bye bye.